And so as we start talking about like, oh, this guy might be available and Donovan Mitchell might be available and Paul George and everything.
Yeah.
I wonder whether or not like there will be any trickle down effect from the success of certain teams in the playoffs this year of people being like, I think actually what we would like to do is go 7 deep with guys who know their role around our 2 stars. And the happiest I was as a Sixers fan this year is when I felt like there was that kind of balance on the team before Embiid got hurt.
Yeah.
Where it was like Maxey and Embiid were the clear 1 and 2.
Which time?
I thought you already got your one free swing. We're like swing 5
He said
now.
when Embiid got hurt. I just wanted more clarification.
The changing paradigm of NBA team building. You know,
sorry. Okay,
you got to make it regional. Anyway, I was just wondering out loud, like, oh, I wonder whether or not anybody's going to look at Dallas and be like, huh, like, where's my Gafford? Rather than, okay, let's bring in another guy who are going to, you know, and we're going to have to find the chemistry and find all this.
Wouldn't you say it's different if you have Luka or you have Wembanyama or if you have Jokic? You really only need one other major guy and then some awesome role players, I would say. Because it's like the major guy is almost worth 2 guys, right, Rob?
You do need to be sure that whoever your best player is, and I think Joel Embiid is clearly one of these guys, is a truly, truly elite player, like an immutable force in a potential series. Of course, their efficiency is going to go up and down, but they change the matchups by being on the floor. And so they have to be really good. Obviously, when your second guy is a shot creator like Kyrie, that changes a lot.
Yeah.
But what you do below them, I think it can get tricky. And almost we want to have it both ways sometimes, where these teams that do the 3-star model, yeah, you get burned if you have Bradley Beal as your 3rd star. That's clearly not good enough just to like support a bunch of minimum contracts filling out the rest of the roster. I think Paul George is significantly better than that. If you're talking about a third or however you want to classify the pecking order of what would be in Philadelphia. And at the same time, the other outlets are the other avenues for building teams have their pitfalls too. If you may think you're 7 deep, but then you get in the playoffs and you're only actually 5 deep. And all of your best laid plans go to shit because 2 role players couldn't quite be as good as you thought they were. So,
or Michael Malone didn't get the email about playing like the young kids in the playoffs. Or
Watson,
right.
So yeah, those things are all like, I think there's so many ways for NBA teams to go wrong, and we always want to diagnose them. And you want to give yourself as many outs as you can, but realistically, if you can get 3-star level players, I still think that's a really good model.
If I'm Paul George, I could just stay in LA, make a ton of money. I'm from LA. You know, I wouldn't say there's a shitload of pressure on the Clipper players out here, right? Nice weather every day and I have an awesome house. Or I could move to Philadelphia with one of the most psychotic fan bases that exists.
Keep
where
going.
The moment anything goes wrong, it's my fucking fault. I'm the new Tobias Harris.
That's called pressure breaks pipes,
I'm living
baby.
in Philadelphia, which I'm pretty sure there's no ocean. Like just to
it's
have
like
a
2
nice,
hours away.
Yeah, 2 hours away. And the only reason I leave the Clippers is it's like I'm tired of this Kawhi roller coaster, not knowing if this guy's going to play. I'm going to sign up for Joel Embiid because that's going to be a much more stable game after game, month after month relationship.
To you and Kawhi Leonard, like I think Joel Embiid's relationship to the Sixers and the Sixers fans is much different than Kawhi Leonard's relationship.
I'm talking
to the
about him
Clippers
being
fans.
on the court.
Yes,
CR.
Yeah.
So if I'm leaving Kawhi, I want to go to a team where I know this.
I wish Embiid maybe had a little bit more Kawhi. I wish he took more nights off and was more like, hey, it's the knee's a little gamey. I'm gonna let it rest.
That's fair.
Well, let me ask you this after these playoffs. Who is that star that you're positive will be on the court? Because everybody else is dropping like flies.
But
like, there have been major
goes
injuries
back to
for
my
so many
Tatum
teams.
Brown point. Those guys fucking play. Nobody mentions that as like a strength.
Yeah, super
Knock
durable.
on wood. Knock on wood. Jokic, same thing. Luka, even though he gimps around sometimes, he's still fucking out there every time. Here's the solution for all of us with Paul George. A double sign and trade with the Lakers. Turn the camera on, Kyle. Double sign and trade. LeBron gets to stay in LA, but he goes to the Clippers to open the new stadium, finish his career there. Paul George gets to finally play with the Lakers after it was blocked by Adam Silver a couple years ago. And finally, he gets to be a Laker. And he gets to be him and AD and JJ Redick. and we're off. It's a new era for the Lakers.
Wait,
Kinda
do you think
fun, right?
JJ Redick was that like conditional that they get rid of LeBron so that there's no conflict of
No,
interest
I'm
with the
just
podcast?
saying it's a new post LeBron era with Paul George, AD.
I couldn't possibly start a TV show
Austin
made by
Reeves.
Andy Greenwald. It would complicate our podcasting relationship.
No, I did. I just like that.
I love
like
it.
the narrative of that. LeBron and the Clippers. Ballmer's like, this is great. I have LeBron James to help open my new arena. We'll see if he can get. What are his things left? 40,000 points. Has he done that yet?
LeBron, you're talking about?
Yeah, he broke the scoring record. Did he get 40,000? Maybe he did. There's got to be some milestone left he can break in the what's it called? The Intuit Dome?
The Inglewood? I think
Yeah,
it's the
the Intuit Dome.
Yeah.